Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. We are recording. We are live, but not really, because you'll see this in a couple days. But welcome back, guys. Playbook Podcast, episode 21. Can't believe it's already been 21 of these. Interesting matchup coming up. Can't believe it's already been 21 of these. Really exciting. Really exciting stuff happened. We're excited for today's episode. We got some football to talk, got some basketball to talk, some college basketball, some golf, and some boxing potentially too. We're gonna have to throw some boxing in there. Have a interesting matchup coming up soon in the boxing world, but we're super excited. I know you guys were closely watching the football games last week, the conference championship games. One of them was extremely good. One of them was not as good, but we're just gonna take it as we go. So we're gonna just hop right in, guys. We got a lot to cover here today. Commanders at the Eagles. This is a tough one for me.
Same.
Me and Trey, and I believe actually I think Jaden picked the Eagles. So good on him. He's not with us today, but good on Jaden for picking the Eagles. Me and Trey were blinded by Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't even say blinded. I didn't think he played bad at all in that game. He went for 255 yards, a touchdown, an interception. The interception was late. They lost 23-55. And I'm just going to say the one thing that I've been saying about every Eagles game, it feels like, for the past couple months. I have two words: Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
He did it again. 15 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. His first play from scrimmage was a 70-yard, or I believe a 60-yard touchdown. Very first play from scrimmage. This kind of looked like an outclassing of personnel. It just seemed like the Eagles had better players. Saquon's just, I don't even like what he's doing is kind of unprecedented. But what was your takeaway from this game, Trey?
Yeah, I've given props to Commanders for doing a good job this season. Young team. But I knew I had a feeling they might lose on Sunday because the Eagles are just too dominant. I Saquon Barkley's a beast.
Dude, he's so
best running back in the NFL. I've always been a big fan of Saquon Barkley, especially at Penn State. Been a huge fan of him. I think the Giants did him dirty for letting him go, so they probably regret it now. And it shows off right here how good this guy really is.
Man.
But props to that team. And it's a young team. But at the same time, though, Hurts looked good, actually, for once.
He did. He did actually look good.
I was surprised a lot. He actually played really good on Sunday. He had 4 touchdowns in total. 3 on the ground and 1 in the air. Props to the guy. Is he elite college football? He can be when he wants to be. But props to Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. And the O-line, too. Everybody in that O-line is all from Georgia, by the way.
Dude, I believe
Georgia. Kirby Smart. Whatever he did to those O-line, man. Props to that guy.
Yeah.
That whole O-line's from Georgia. And it shows how crazy that team is offensively and defensively as well. Jalen Carter, watch out for that guy in the future. That guy's a beast. He's like the second coming of Aaron Donald.
He's crazy.
That guy is crazy. He might be faster.
He's probably a little faster.
A little faster than Aaron Donald.
Not as strong, but a little faster.
No.
Yeah.
Give that guy a couple of years though. Watch.
Yeah. Yeah, he was awesome. He kept on adding to his impressive stats. I don't think he had a sack, but they were double teaming him. He was obviously a very, very major point. And you know, they were able to open up a bunch. They were able to get a couple sacks on Jaden Daniels, which in the playoffs is pretty impressive. This guy has not taken very many sacks, but Jalen Hurts looked good. I have to give him props. Me and Trey were on here. We were demanding that Jalen Hurts play well, and we were sick of seeing him not throw the ball and kind of lean on Saquon, which isn't his fault, but we know who he's playing against next week, 2 weeks from now, and you're not going to win by not being able to make a play against that guy, Patrick Mahomes. And Jalen Hurts made plays. He was very efficient, 246 yards on 28 attempts, 20 of 28, 8.8 yards an attempt. He threw for a touchdown, no turnovers.
Yeah.
He rushed for another 3. For the first time in a while, the tush push looked like it was back. I don't know if that was just the Commanders' defense not being able to handle that. And this is a huge thing to look out for. We're going to kind of talk about the Super Bowl a little bit, just kind of matchups. We're not going to really talk about who we think is going to win yet until next week. But a big deal, I think, for the Super Bowl is the Chiefs versus the Bills stopped a 96% play in the Josh Allen tush push. The Josh Allen tush push has been extremely successful, and the Chiefs looked very, very, very good at it against it. There was one play where I thought Josh Allen got the first down. The refs did not award it to him. But outside of that, he really didn't have much success with the tush push, and that's something to look out for. But going back to the Eagles, this is the first time the Eagles really look like they could do that tush push without Jason Kelce. And I know their center now, I believe his name's Cam Jurgens. He finally looked comfortable in that tush push. And guys, that's got to be the hardest spot to be. Right. You were the first one to go down, and you're on the bottom of a pile of 20 guys, and you're on the very bottom of that pile as the center, because the center is the one that drives forward and creates that space for Jalen Hurts to be able to get over. And if he finally looked comfortable, Saquon was unbelievable. I don't really know what else to say. It was just Saquon takeover from the first time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that first drive, I think the first time I saw 18 seconds into the game play, Saquon scores. Like, literally, I mean, that guy.
So insane.
That guy, the guy tried tackling the guy. He couldn't tackle the guy.
They can't tackle him. He can't tackle him.
You know, he reminds me a lot between like Daniel Thompson and Barry Sanders mixed together. That's how talented this guy really is.
Yeah. He's so elusive. He's very fast, very strong. Right. He's good between the tackles. He has home run speed. But yeah, they kind of just rammed the ball right into the teeth of that Commanders defense. They ran for 229 yards.
Yeah, that's wild.
On 36 carries, that's 6.4 yards per carry on 36 carries. That's very good. 7 rushing touchdowns. I believe they tied. So if I remember correctly, they tied the Commanders from like the 60s for that record, most rushing touchdowns in a playoff game. So very impressive stuff by them. Got to give them their props. I'll sit on here and I dislike the Eagles, obviously, as a Cowboys. Unfortunately, as a Cowboys fan, you know, I'll have to diss on the Eagles, but they looked very, very impressive. But like Trey said, the Commanders are young. They're coming. They're coming.
You're coming, man.
They skipped 2 to 3 years of rebuilding. There was no reason for them to be this good this fast. So I
wasn't really expecting it this far.
No, 12-5 in the conference championship game. If you told that to Commanders fans 8 months ago, they'd laugh at you.
Yeah,
they really would. And it's just a testament to how quickly they're able to do so. Hopefully, they can continue to build. Maybe get a better defense. Maybe help out on some offensive weapons outside of Terry McLaurin for Jaden Daniels. So, but yeah, look out for them. They're definitely coming. I have no worries about the Commanders. So,
same.
Yeah, and we will move over to the game that everyone was anticipating, the game that everyone was excited for, the classic Bills Chiefs AFC title game. It kind of went how every Bills Chiefs game goes. This kind of the same thing happened last year. Ended up being a Josh Allen pass that was dropped, and that was the end of the game. And it's kind of what happened here. There's a lot to talk about, but at the same time, there's not a lot to talk about. The Chiefs did what they do. Mahomes looked unstoppable in the first drive. They were doing lots of RPOs. All the scripted plays were incredibly well designed. Mahomes was making the right decisions. He slowed down a bit. The Bills were able to establish a firm run game with James Cook. I think it's a travesty that James Cook only got 13 touches. There's no other way for me to describe him not getting more carries other than surely he was hurt. Because on his touchdown, his first touchdown, he did look like it was a crazy touchdown, but his body was very contorted. So my guess is he was hurt. And if he wasn't hurt, that's just horrible play calling. Because James Cook was getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. But were you surprised by the outcome of this game? I didn't pick a winner because I didn't want to jinx anybody. I probably should have picked a winner, but I know you picked the Chiefs, but
no, you just can't count Mahomes out, man. Here's the deal. I never seen a quarterback probably in my lifetime, except for Tom Brady, can make plays like that. I will admit I was nervous at the last bit of it because Mahomes got the ball, and then he was like, I think it was like 30-13, almost 30-20, and then what happens? He throws a dart. We saw a 4-man rush from the defense from the Bills, and I wasn't surprised at all. He threw a clutch throw because if he would have missed a throw, they probably would have had Bills would have had a chance to
at least tie.
Yeah, at least tie the game at least because Josh Allen too. Don't count the guy out either too. You can't.
Yeah,
I've done that before, and look what happens. A couple years ago, he almost beat the Chiefs, but overtime rules and playoffs are kind of weird. But but no, I wasn't surprised at all. Probably the best game I've seen Mahomes play in a while.
Yeah,
he didn't force anything. He didn't force throws. If he didn't find nobody open, he ran the ball by himself. This guy is literally 6'1", running over people that are taller than this guy is insane to me. That's insane.
Yeah.
But Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback right now in the NFL by far, and he proved it on Sunday.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to nitpick Mahomes in this game. I didn't think there was many questionable calls. I thought there's some questionable calls both ways. I thought the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the refs were calling some bad stuff for the Chiefs and some bad stuff for the Bills. But the only questionable thing to me was a couple of the placements of the ball, the spots the refs were putting it at. I know that 4th and 1 when one ref signaled that they got it and the other one didn't. The Bills when they went for a tush push. So that was whatever. We can sit here and debate. Oh, the NFL's rigged. We can debate all that all day long. But at the end of the day, my screen here says final, and we have to talk about what happened. The Chiefs won. Mahomes, outside of the fumble, which I don't even really think was his fault, it was a read option, and it looked like he pulled it at the very last second, and the ball just kind of got unlodged, and then they picked it up. Josh Allen, I think, had 2 fumbles that the Bills were able to recover, but I don't really think Mahomes' turnover was his fault. It was just kind of one of those things. Sometimes the snap, he didn't throw a bad pass. He didn't get the ball punched out when it was running. So it was just one of those unlucky things. So outside of that, he goes 18 for 26, 245 yards, 9.4 yards an attempt, a touchdown. But he ran the ball the best I've seen him run the ball, I think, ever.
Yeah.
And it might not have been the most yardage. He only ran for 43 yards. But I promise you guys, every time he ran, it was on a 3rd and 8 or a 3rd and long when they had to have it. And when are we going to start putting a spy out on 3rd down against Mahomes? He always gets it. Every time he runs and he needs to get the first down, he gets the first down.
Yeah. It's crazy to me.
He's
6'1" too.
He's not that big. He's not as big as Josh Allen. He's not as fast as Lamar. He's not as big as Cam Newton was. He's not even as big as Tom Brady was. Brady never really ran, but he was still a large human. Mahomes is like 6'1", 6'2", 220, 230-ish pounds. He's not huge. He's not a massive man, but he's not even that fast, but he's fast when he needs to. The way he runs the ball is truly an anomaly to me because he doesn't look like he's running that fast, but nobody on the field can catch him.
Yep.
It's like, what's going on? And I saw this. This was really interesting to me. That when he ran, they did I believe it was one of the, I forget which touchdown it was, but it was one of the touchdowns he ran, and he ran 2 touchdowns. And one of them was a designed quarterback run. He was a keeper. They snapped the ball to him. He went over the right guard and the right tackle. And according to Nick Wright on Twitter, the biggest Chiefs guy ever. So I'm assuming that this is
fan, man.
like, there's no way that this is not accurate. That was the first Mahomes designed run since that quarterback sneak in 2021 against the Broncos when he got a concussion.
Wow.
Because when he runs, it's typical. He's looking down the field, no one's up. He runs. It's a scramble. He gets out of there. This was a snap directly to Mahomes, and he never looked to pass. He tucked the ball and ran. The first one in 4 years. And It was in the divisional playoff game against the Browns in 2021. So that's crazy. And of course they scored. I don't really know. I think the Bills are obviously close, but I don't know what they need to do. I don't think getting more help. I mean, maybe it would help, but I think it's just, I don't really know. I can't sit here and blame Josh Allen. I thought he played great, and the last pass was a dropped ball, and he did say he slid his protection to the left. The pressure came off the right, so he said he took credit. I love the way Josh Allen talks in the post. No matter what, he always takes the blame. He never blames anybody else. I have high respect for that. But he said he slid his protection to the left, and he should have thrown the orbit pass to Shakir, and he could have ran it in for at least a first down. But still, he misread where the pass rush was coming from. So he slid his protection the wrong way. 3 Chiefs in his face. He finds Dalton, or not, it was the Kincaid. Yeah, it was Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
He finds Kincaid, throws up a prayer while literally getting tackled. It's a really close to a perfect pass. Hits Kincaid in the forearms. He drops it. Game's over. I can't sit here and blame Josh Allen for this.
No.
I can't. And I'm not going to I don't even know if I can blame the Bills. I don't know if there's anyone to blame other than you played the team of destiny. You played against the team of destiny and you lost. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, it looked like at first he threw a perfect pass on my TV, but I'm like, man, he dropped that. Wow.
I was like, oh my goodness, Kincaid's open. He's going to catch this. And then just dropped it, man.
Yeah, but props. It just sucks to see Josh Allen lose, man. I mean, this guy, Josh Allen, to me, second best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. Things happen, and like I'll never forget. There's one play in 2006 when I think it was a running back that didn't get the first down, and the Colts won in that playoff game. And same thing with Brady. I saw something with Tom Brady. Going against Peyton Manning a lot, and things happen like that. It's just part of football.
It's part of football. You have to find a way to win.
Yeah.
Still, the only 2 guys to ever beat Mahomes in a conference championship game are Tom Brady and Joe Burrow, and that's it. That's the end of the list. He's been to 7. He's only lost 2, and it was to the greatest quarterback of all time, and Joe Burrow, who's obviously fantastic, but seems to play his best versus the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a long, arduous offseason for the Bills because they kind of have to just look at themselves in the mirrors and realize like their best wasn't good enough. I don't know if they need to change their coach. I like Joe Brady, but maybe they need a new head coach. Joe Brady, I think, made some. I don't think it was his best game he's ever called. There's some play calls that were obviously awesome, but unless James Cook was hurt or injured or whatever, I don't see why he doesn't have 20 plus carries. He was getting whatever he wanted. And they were running the ball on the Chiefs. And that's also should be a big concern for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Because if James Cook was doing that to you, what's Saquon going to do to you?
Man.
You got it. The Chiefs, this is going to be, I think, the hardest test outside of the Tom Brady Buccaneers the Chiefs will ever have in the Super Bowl. because this is one of the in the most recent years, the Chiefs have been very good at stopping the run. This team's not as good as they used to be. And they're playing against the best running back with the best O line. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough. But great game. It always goes down to the wire for these two teams in the AFC title game. I feel bad for Josh Allen. I feel bad for the Bills fans and the Bills organization. Like, dude, if Josh Allen was in the NFC, this guy would have made 7 Super Bowls by now. You know,
Actually would have, yeah.
like he'd be. It's just the AFC's tough, and it's just the way it goes. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game nonetheless. So we're gonna move to a couple of Super Bowl questions. I guess we'll actually start with the Commanders first. So how many years do you think till? I guess 2-part question. How many years do you think that the Commanders will be a contender, and how many years till you think they are able to make it over the top and actually make a Super Bowl?
I'd probably say probably 2 years the max. I know this coming draft has a lot of talent.
Yep.
Because I don't know if Jamal Smith committed yet, as far as I know. I know Travis Hunter did. I know Genty did too. I think he's another piece as receiver wise. I think also Eckler is great, but I think his best are behind him.
They got to get a better running back for him for sure.
Defense too. Defense looks shaky big time this season, and Jaden Daniels was carrying the team on his back. I mean, when the Commanders defense was struggling a lot, Jaden Daniels bailed him out. So I think they get new defense.
Yeah, better personnel.
Yeah, better personnel around that defense, and then also with Eckler has to go away, and then probably get another receiver. Then, yeah.
That
2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I think 2 to 3 years till they can make it over the top, like at least make a Super Bowl. I think they skipped a lot of rebuilding. Very impressive stuff by that organization, but I totally agree with that. Better running back, upgrade the defense, and upgrade at wide receiver. It's obviously Scary Terry's fantastic. He's your number one, but you can't have Zach Ertz being the only option. And Zach Ertz has had a great career, but he's obviously older now. You got to help on the outside, help alleviate some pressure off of Scary Terry by giving him a good number 2. And there's going to be plenty of wide receivers in the draft. There's going to be plenty of wide receivers in free agency. And this organization with this new leadership is so very obviously prepared to go all in on this guy, Jaden Daniels, who they believe is their guy for years to come. So,
right.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything. I totally agree with everything you said there. So we will move to the Eagles portion of this question. So would a Super Bowl win mean more to Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, or Saquon Barkley?
I say Saquon Barkley for a reason. But here's why. Saquon Barkley was in a bad organization. If it wasn't for him being in that team, there ain't no way they would have made the playoffs that one year in 2021, 2022 season.
Yep.
Either way, that was a fluky schedule by the NFL to do that to the Giants. So
yeah.
They beat a banged up team at the time of the Vikings. But you know what? Neither here or there, made the playoffs. Saquon, because number one, because of that. Number two, because this year he almost broke the Eric Dickinson record book.
He did.
And it wasn't. I believe he can still break that record next season, probably. But
possible.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. But I had to say Saquon for that reason. Sirianni is great and all that, good coach. I think he bounced back a lot with his career, with the year he's had. I thought, me and you thought he should have been fired.
I did.
And Hurts too. Hurts is great. My question about Hurts is that can he stay consistent? You know, this past season according to Pro Football Focus, he's 20th in touchdowns, 20th in yards. And we can't give this guy any excuses no more about saying, oh, my knees hurt, my back's hurt. I don't want to hear none of that. You got to get it done, bro. So it's Saquon Barkley for me. And was it for Saquon Barkley? Ain't no way they would have made it this far in the postseason or even overall in the NFL. Look at the last. I believe a couple years ago, people called fluke on it because CM Brock Purdy got hurt. And if
Mm-hmm.
he didn't get hurt, it probably would have been Chiefs and Niners again a couple years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
And Saquon Barkley for me.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a hard question for me because I think they all benefit greatly. But I'm actually gonna say Jalen Hurts, and here's why. He would enter a very, very exclusive club. And this club of exclusivity is beating Mahomes in the playoffs. Right
Mhm.
now, as of this exact moment, there have been two guys that have ever beaten Mahomes in the playoffs. Tom Brady did it twice, once in the AFC title game, once in the Super Bowl. And Joe Burrow did it once in the AFC title game. So you'd be joining a group of the GOAT and one of the most elite quarterbacks we've seen in Joe Burrow. You would ascend to superstardom. You would, and we've seen it with Burrow. Hurts can win the Super Bowl, have 5 bad years in a row, and no one will say anything because they will say, well, he beat Mahomes in the middle of the three-peat era in the Super Bowl. Mahomes has lost one Super Bowl to Tom Brady. So he would enter that level, that next tier. Even if he doesn't deserve to be there, some people might think he doesn't deserve to be there. He would forever answer the question, can you get it done in the biggest moment?
Yeah.
And it set him up for life. Joe Burrow is still riding on the coattails of, I beat Mahomes once in a AFC title game 3 years ago or 4 years ago, however long ago that was. So he'll be riding that coattail. He'll have a Super Bowl ring. He'll have answered all the questions. He'll have justified his contract. He will forever be like lifted up in admiration in the Eagles fan base. You're the one that beat Mahomes. And honestly, America, because nobody likes the Chiefs except Chiefs fans. And that's just the way it is. And you would reach that. It would be like when the Eagles beat Tom Brady for the first time. Well, in 2016, I believe it was 2016, when
Or Eli Manning being Brady.
yeah, or Eli Manning beating Brady, and you enter that era. I beat the GOAT of my generation, and I stopped him from having a three-peat, and I'm one of 3 quarterbacks that's ever beaten him in the playoffs. All the haters, I mean, I won't be able to say anything. You won't be able to say anything.
I wouldn't either.
It's like you beat Mahomes in the playoffs, the hardest thing to do in the sport.
Yeah.
You did it. So I would have to go with Hurts. Obviously, it'd mean a ton for Saquon for the reasons you listed, and I think it'd mean a lot for Sirianni too. But I got to go with Jalen Hurts. That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy turn of events from last year, losing to Baker Mayfield in the playoffs to beating Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Ooh, that would be quite the turnaround. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting Super Bowl. Moving over to the other side of the ball. What would a three-peat mean for Patrick Mahomes' legacy?
Man, so before I get to that, I heard something and I was trying to it's annoying hearing this all the time. Mahomes is in the GOAT debate no matter what happens, and no matter what. The only person that's better than him, in my opinion, is Tom Brady. But here's the deal. I love Mahomes, but for him, people, I heard something people say this that he ain't in the GOAT debate at all, which is blasphemy to me. But he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
But a 3P probably cements it. Not cemented yet, but I think for sure it's like right there, big time. It's close, closer than you think it is. It might be 1A, 1B, in my opinion. Because I think Mahomes still needs to stay consistent in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I think quarterback. People saw his workout routine. People saw the way he was throwing the ball, and because of that reason, I think he's changed. He's changing everything up. He's pulling a Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
7 years though in the NFC, in the AFC though, this is his stats, accolades wise. He's been a 2-time MVP. Super Bowl MVP and Pro Bowl MVP as well. The only three players besides that is it's only three players: Tom Brady, Montana, and Mahomes.
Wow.
He's the youngest one to win back Super Bowl MVP as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's named all pro teams 2018, 2020, and 2022. He also is won the SB Male Athlete of the Year twice.
Mm-hmm.
And also his stats wise, he's 245 touchdowns and then 32,000 yards in his career at 29 years old. This is probably the best start in sports since Tiger Woods in his prime. Um, if he for sure is the best ever to do it talent wise, I don't think anybody's better than this guy at all. But as a GOAT debate wise, for me, I really have to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
It might be a 1B situation for me, like kind of like basketball, have a tie in basketball. But you know what? This sport for sure might be a tie for me. Because you know what? I think what Tom Brady's done in the NFL year for 20 plus years in the NFL is amazing. But 29 years old, having 4 chips and a three-peat is insane to me. It's insane. I mean, no one's ever done it at all. I mean,
Yeah.
Packers did it, but you know
I
what?
was in the 30s,
That was
bro.
in the 30s, dude. And that,
Pre-World War II. Like, we don't care.
yeah, I don't care about that. But yeah, this is probably the best start since Tiger Woods, though, in his prime.
Yeah. So it would obviously mean a lot. Because like no one's done it in modern NFL since the merger. No one's done it since before the war, literally. So it would mean a lot. You guys know I'm obviously not a rings guy. Like I don't think rings are the end all be all because I have LeBron as my GOAT in basketball and the undisputed GOAT in basketball. So he has less than a lot of guys. He has less than MJ. He has less than Kareem. He has less than Kobe. He has less than Bill Russell. So I'm not. It rings or end all be all. NFL's a different sport, okay? It's a different sport. You don't have to play defense for yourself. Other people play defense for you. It's the ultimate team sport because you only control a small facet of the game unless you're the quarterback. You're able to control more. But Mahomes, so Brady has 7, okay? He has 7. This would put Mahomes at 4. I think what a three-peat means is he doesn't. People will have him the GOAT. Pretty much every Chiefs fan will have him the GOAT if he three-peats. Okay.
Yeah.
What I think a three-peat would do would mean he doesn't have to get to 7 for 99% of people to call him the GOAT.
Right.
He can, because people will call him the GOAT if he wins this game in three-peats. People will call him the GOAT if he three-peats, then maybe loses. Tom Brady went 10 years in between Super Bowls, so it's not like he could go 10 years in between Super Bowls, win his 5th when he's 30, 38, and people would have him the GOAT after that. I think what a three-peat means is he doesn't have to match Brady in the exact number for most people to call him the GOAT. And I think that's a big deal because Brady never three-peated. No one's three-peated in modern NFL history. You have a class of your own. Three-peating in the NBA so hard. Michael Jordan literally quit after he three-peat. And then he three-peated again. And then he quit again. The Lakers and Kobe and Shaq three-peated and the whole team fell apart. Like, three-peating's hard. It's very, very hard. So, and it's even more so hard in football because we've never seen it. It's obviously because so much turnover and like in terms of people leaving the team and all sorts of stuff. And there's more people on the team. So it obviously means a ton. But this would be huge for his legacy. He'd be cemented. I think at worst, 95% of people would say he's the second best. I think for those who think Joe Montana's better, this would put Mahomes over Joe Montana. I already think he's better than Joe Montana, but there's a bunch of people who don't, and I think this would put him over them. It would cement him as the greatest start to a career since Tiger Woods and Wayne Gretzky. It would be
and Magic Johnson too.
Yeah, it'd be like the penultimate. Like this is the golden standards for a start in American sports. So, this would be huge. Obviously, so it obviously means a lot. It means a lot to him. It means a lot to Travis Kelsey. It means a lot to Andy Reid. Andy Reid would inch closer to Bill Belichick in the GOAT debate for coaches. Means a lot for the team. But yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing. That not he wouldn't have to get to 7 for a lot of people to call him the GOAT. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
I agree with you. I think though, no matter what, I think he does need to play consistent more in regular season. I do
Mhm.
agree. I think that maybe I said this to you too many times in private, but I do think so. That we might call Mahomes the GOAT when it's all said and done in his career. If he stays consistent, and he stays healthy too, because you never know what happens in the NFL. We need something that can happen.
Yeah.
I think 23 years in the NFL is crazy to me as Tom Brady played. I mean, I saw a video where Tom Brady got his helmet knocked off and walked out the
And
next
walked
play.
out. I know exactly what you're
I'm
talking
like,
about.
this
Yeah.
guy walked down, played, and threw a touchdown the next day. Next thing you know,
Mm-hmm.
I do say this though. If 2007, if Tom Brady would have won undefeated and won that chip,
Yeah.
I think there would be no GOAT debate no matter
Yeah.
what.
That there. Yeah. I
It wouldn't be
agree.
a GOAT debate. I mean, at 28, people were saying Tom Brady was better than Montana at 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Skip Bayless. I saw Wilbon. I saw I forgot the guy's name. Tom Jackson. Yeah, I saw people calling this guy to
Mm-hmm.
go at 28 years old. Even 60 minutes had him
Yeah.
as a goal. But
Yep.
that's why I think though, no matter what happens though, I think when it's all said and done, he will be the GOAT if he stays healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. There's. It would help because the way that it's gonna go. I already see it because I've been in so many GOAT debates for LeBron and MJ that I just know how these are gonna go. The Brady camp is gonna say, well, Tom beat him twice in the playoffs and once in a Super Bowl, and then the Chiefs camp, Mahomes camp's gonna say, well, my guy three-peated. Your guy never three-peated. So they're going to go back and forth forever. Tom Brady having those 2 wins over Mahomes, especially the 50 touchdown season Mahomes is it's going to make it really hard for Mahomes. I personally think I haven't really said this before, but because of that, because he lost head to head, I think he needs at least 6 to be
Same.
right there with Tom. I think he has to get to 6. I'm not even a rings guy. But guys, LeBron never played against MJ. Well, he did when he was 16 and he whooped him. But
Yeah, no,
MJ burnt the tape.
yeah,
So
no. Hey, we should bring that up at the end.
we might have to talk about that. But um this is really interesting because we're getting to see the GOAT, previous what people considered the GOAT and what a lot of people consider a future GOAT. We saw them play against each other and Tom won both times. So it's gonna be hard for Mahomes. Even with the three-peat, I think he needs 6. And I'm not even a rings guy, but what Tom Brady was able to do in a sport it's the toughest sport to win rings in, we can't belittle it. But Mahomes is right on track. He's on pace. He's very much so on pace. So it would mean a lot. It would definitely mean a lot. So moving on, I guess for more what it mean for the team. Where would you rank this Chiefs dynasty overall in the NFL if they three-peated?
Man, that's tough. I think right now I probably say I think probably 2. Um, my top 5 right now in the NFL of all time is the Patriots,
Mhm,
um, the Steelers in the 70s, the Cowboys in the 90s,
mhm.
the Chiefs 4, and the fifth one probably be the Packers and the no probably the Broncos at 5. In the 90s, well with Shannon Sharp and John Elway. But
Yeah.
I think if this team wins, it might be top 2. Um, Here's why. I think because with Tom, I watched a documentary of the Dynasty on Apple TV. But for those out there, recommend it. Great documentary. Um, but here's why I say that because Tom Brady won with 2 different teams,
Yeah.
and he had a psychopath on his team too, Aaron
Yeah.
Hernandez. And
A literal
I
psychopath.
mean, and the fact that this guy can deal with him, he dealt with Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. Here's the deal: Tom Brady without Emmett, with no Julian Edelman without Tom Brady would be a nobody right now. Same with Amendola.
Mm-hmm.
Even Leon Branch, Leon Branch too. Leon Branch won the first Super Bowl MVP as Tom Brady. The next season went to Seattle. He did nothing. And
Yeah.
he did nothing.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady took over a team with Drew Bledsoe, who got hurt, almost died on the field. And look what happened.
Yeah.
I do say this about I do think that I think the 2011 Super Bowl was kind of a little bit questionable to me because I saw that the cornerback. I watched this game. I watched the game back recently on the way back home from DC and New York.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that game. I saw the cornerback. I don't know the guy's name at all, but he was holding all those Wes Welker's jersey, and he made him jump, and he was holding him, and he made him jump. That should have been a penalty on the referees for that game. If it wasn't for that, Brady would have won. That's neither here or there. It happened already. It's done and done.
Yeah.
But you know what? Right now it's the Patriots. But you know what? If Chiefs win this Super Bowl, top two for me. And they won one more, for sure, greatest dynasty of all time.
Oh, if they win 4 straight, then we're gonna have to revisit this conversation if they win 4 straight. But
yeah,
I would put it top 2, obviously. So it's interesting because the Patriots had kind of like 2 dynasties.
Yeah.
They had the first one, the more defensive sided one. They won 3 out of 4. So they win 2001, then they lost 2000, or they didn't win 2002, then they won 2003 and 2004. So they went back to back. They won 3 and 4 years. Then in 2014 they go back, win again. Then 2 years later they win in 2016. Then 2 years later they win in 2018. So they went 3 of 4, and then they went 3 of 6. So you can pick whichever one. I think as a dynasty, I'm going to include the whole thing. I know they went 10 years without a Super Bowl, but to be able to, and they made, they won in 2017. They won the AFC in 2017. They won the AFC in 2011. They won the AFC in 2007. They still were competitive. So I'm like making Super Bowls even when they weren't winning. Oh man, this is going to be tough. I don't know where I'd put. I don't know if I'd put the Patriots over the Chiefs. I really don't know because it's like the Chiefs three-peated, but
right.
The Patriots maintained this over 20 years, almost 17 years. So 6 Super Bowls in 17 years is insane, you know. So I don't know. This would be Mahomes' 4th. He won in 2020. He won in 2020. The Super Bowl took place in 2020. Then he lost in 2021. Then he won in 2022, 23, and now he's back. So this would be 4 and 5 years. Man, I don't know. It depends on how long. How long does it have to go?
Right.
Don't
blow it up, people.
And I don't think they will, but I don't know.
They do, they need to get that. They need to go to jail for that.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what my answer to this question is. My brain says that it would be the Chiefs would be number 1 because of the three-peat, but I really don't know. I'm gonna have to see how they win. We'll have to see how they win. So,
right.
But that's a great question. So, oh man, we have to. We went from talking Super Bowls. Now we got to go talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cowboys owner Jerry Schmuck says about Brian Schottenheimer, this is in quotes, this is a big risk, as big a risk as you can take. So why is Jerry Jones trying to burn the franchise down? What's happening? What are we doing? We talked about it last week. The Bears made a better decision. The Jets made a better decision. The Patriots made a better decision. Who else has gotten hired recently? It looks like Kellen Moore is going to be the coach of the Saints. I mean, like, yay, we made just as bad of a decision as the Saints did. Woo, woohoo! America's team, by the way.
I watched the press conference, and I could tell Stephen Jones was kissing his dad's butt. Literally, I mean, he looked like he was mad. Then when it happened, he was kissing his dad's butt because you know what? If he didn't kiss his dad's butt, he would have fired him on the spot.
Yeah,
After
he
the
would have.
press conference, he would have fired him.
Oh yeah.
But here's the deal: there's this guy's called senile. Jerry Jones. This guy said, "Why people questioning my job? I don't understand it." And he's looked at Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones saying, "You know what? My dad made the right decision." I think that was nepotism on at its finest. He was kissing his dad's rear end. Literally, he was. But even Stephen Jones looked like, man, this guy has lost his freaking mind. And then people compare it to JJ Redick, which is hilarious to me because JJ Redick actually has a good basketball mind. I never heard this guy at all last season. I didn't know who this guy even
You
was.
didn't even know he was the OC.
I didn't know either. I thought it was Mike McCarthy.
The offensive coordinator. I mean, our offense is ranked what 25th or something, 26th.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull that up while you go.
this guy. I thought Mike McCarthy was the OC. I don't know, but you know what, Jerry Jones. I said last week. I'm gonna say it again. You like the guy that left the White House like last week. That's what you are, bro. You burned this franchise down big time, dude. Jerry Jones, you're not the worst. You're not the best owner ever, man. You're not. I mean, in fact, people call this guy the freaking best owner ever is insane to me. People, you know what's crazy, Nick? My uncle compared his team to the Patriots. I'm being pro, so we have man. I'm like, dude, we haven't won in 30 years. 30 years. I wasn't even born yet. Bill Clinton was in office. Michael Jordan was playing in the NBA.
Michael Jordan was in his prime.
He was in his prime. Kobe Bryant was a rookie.
Oh, Lord.
Top of that, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Seinfeld were still on TV. Yeah, Jay Leno. Yeah, Jay Leno as a late night host still. And you had Robin Rubenstahl starting his career up. Yes, Stephen A. Smith beat writers at Philadelphia Inquirer. My mom was graduating high school at the time. My dad was 20 plus 25 years old. Like, come on, this team I can't, man. Jerry Jones, sell the team, please, bro. Give it to Stephen Jones. I mean, here's the deal. Why not just give Stephen Jones a chance? If he sucks it up, then you know what? We're gonna raid that freaking place because I can't stand that team no more. I know there's gonna be a documentary on this guy on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it because I want to see how much this guy smokes weed and does drugs while I was doing business. And the word to the guy of the apprentice, you should be fired. But go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. So the offense was so good last year that Jerry Jones thought he really needed to hire this guy. By the way, PFF ranked offense the Dallas Cowboys at 28th.
Wow.
For those of you who don't know, there are 32 teams in the NFL. That means there were 4 teams that PFS thought had a worse offense than the Cowboys. They scored 350 points. That was 21st. Wow, I just saw this. They allowed 468 points. That was 31st. Jeez, just a horrific team. Wow. But unfortunately, they suck so bad that they can't even tank properly. So now they're out of a top 5 pick. But I have already kind of said what I think on this. Jerry Jones is a joke, so I can't take it seriously. So we're just gonna have to move on. We're gonna hop over to some NBA. I can't even talk about the sport anymore. We're gonna talk about a different sport entirely. So we're gonna go to this. We're gonna go to some basketball. So the Boston Celtics have kind of fallen off a tad bit as of late. They've looked a little shaky. The Lakers blew them out. They've lost to the Hawks, the Raptors, and they just lost to the Rockets.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Celtics are kind of coasting here? Do you think they're not really caring? Like what's your take on the, because they're still 32-15. They're second in the
Right.
East. It's not like they don't have a bad record. It's just like they're the defending champs and they look very gettable right now.
Right.
I mean, Amen Thompson, who by the way is gonna be a superstar in this league. 33, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Guys, Dylan Brooks scored 36 points on this team. 10 of 15 from the 3. Dylan freaking Brooks.
The guy that made LeBron mad.
Looked like Steph Curry in his prime in this game.
Man.
That's just got to be concerning just in general. That's got to concern the Celtics. So I don't know. What's your take on this?
Okay, so this team's just too much threes.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna do something right now. I love Steph Curry. I love the Golden State Warriors. They ruined it. They ruined it for the NBA a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of did. Yeah.
Because here's the deal: that team was so stacked up and shooting threes like crazy. Steve Kerr put a triangle offense a little bit and add a little bit of stuff into it. I blame the Warriors for this stuff right now. This team does a lot of one-on-one basketball too. Here's the deal, guys. Jason Tatum, you're not Kobe Bryant. You're not. Quit playing like you're Kobe freaking Bryant. If Kobe was alive right now, God rest his soul, he would have said, bro, I'm blocking your number, and you have me, and you have my number on your jersey. I'm blocking your number. Get that jersey, get that stuff off your jerseys right now. Get it off. This team shoots too much threes. I don't like watching that team no more. I can't do it no more. I just can't.
Yeah, it's.
I blame the Warriors for this stuff, because of the Warriors. Nope, this is what happens with the Warriors. This team is first in 3 points, by the way, in the entire NBA. They shoot the most threes in the history of the entire NBA. Yeah. That's all. This is ridiculous. Jaylen Brown's a dog. I give him credit more. I give, but you know what? At the same time, though, he does a little bit of one-on-one stuff too.
Oh yeah,
way too much one-on-one. They both do. They think they're Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know because of the shoes they wear or what. They take the shoes off too. If that's the case. Go put Kawhi Leonard shoes on. Because man, I don't know what's going on with y'all. That's a disgrace to the Bludgeons right there that y'all are wearing, representing as well. But yeah, I blame the Warriors for this stuff. Golden State Warriors ruined the NBA a little bit because of this. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Celtics average 48.6 threes per game attempted. The second most is the Bulls at 43. So they cleared the second most by 5 attempts per game.
That's freaking good.
The Warriors shoot 42. The Cavs shoot 41. The Celtics really do chuck threes. It's not very fun to watch. It really isn't. But
I hate watching that team. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not sold on this title defense right now. I need to see some more. I need to see them kind of lock it in. Jason Tatum's playing fine. I don't think he's really ascended into superstardom yet. He didn't even win Finals MVP. He's not going to win MVP, and I don't know. They look gettable. Last year, it didn't really look like they could be beaten by anybody. So I don't know. I'm not super impressed by them, but still, they got to stop with the threes. Like we got to attack the basket sometimes, guys. But
yeah, or pull a mid-range deal or something, man. Like, I mean, like I said, I think Steph Curry, and I'm not trying to blame Steph Curry at all. I admire him for changing the game of the NBA a lot. It's impactful. Same with the Warriors too. But this is what they did. They created freaking clones, and this is what happens.
It's a copycat league.
It really is. Like,
So
dude,
it's like the NFL. The NFL is a copycat league as well. So
imagine he's gonna see people
yeah,
throwing the ball like freaking 48 times in the game.
yeah, yeah.
Man,
It's yeah. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Adam Silver. I don't feel like he's done a great job.
same.
Um,
David
that's
Stern.
all. That's a whole other conversation. We probably need a whole segment dedicated to that. So we'll talk about that at some point. But
I'm gonna get David Stern back from the grave.
yeah, probably do because this is crazy. But we'll move on for some more NBA talk. The NBA trade deadline is coming up on February 6th. What do you think are some big moves teams can make that can really change the scene? Like what move could you foresee actually changing the landscape of the league a little bit?
Yeah, I'm starting off with the Grizzlies for a little bit because I think John Morant's bounced his career back a lot. I've been watching him play a lot this year. He's done a great job, by the way. No, he staying out of trouble. I think he needs to get a star. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is a great defensive guy, but he ain't really a scorer.
Yeah.
And he's carrying that team. Like John Morant is doing everything he can to save this team a lot. So yeah, he needs to get another star. Maybe like a shooting guard that, and it doesn't have to be like Jalen Brown, but at least like really good, you know.
Yeah.
I think the Wolves need more depth more than
They do.
anything
They do.
because Ant-Man looks frustrated playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's over here calling Michael Jordan how to get out from the double team because he's shooting everything. This guy is not passing the ball. I don't know why they gave up. They gave him Julius Randle. Like, why would you do that, Timberwolves? Julius Randle. I don't know how to say his name anymore. I forgot. He's a scrub. Randle. Why would you get him over? Why would you trade Cat over him? With Cat on the game on the court with y'all last year, y'all remember we all were number one in defense, and y'all don't have no depth at all. Ant-Man is literally carrying y'all. He's shooting. He's carrying y'all. I feel bad for the guy. He's 22 years old. He needs help. He's a young star, growing up still. But man, give this guy some help, man. Don't do that to the guy. He has so much talent on him.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you need to Rudy Gobert. He's a little bit soft now. I don't know what happened to the guy at all, but he's a little soft. As far as Lakers, Rob Pelinka, you need to wake up, brother. You and Genie need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up.
Yeah, they do.
Jerry Buss would be disappointed in you, Genie Buzz. He will be disappointed in you. They need to get it big. They need to get big for AD because AD cannot play big no more. I don't think he can no more. I think it's running his body out. He got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt last night.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid wasn't even playing, by the way. But they need to get it big. They need to get. They also need to get at least a true point guard. I don't know the point guard for the Lakers anymore. I forgot. I think
it's the starting point guard's Reeves right now.
Yeah, no, that needs to be. And Oscar should be a good shooting guard, but they need to get De'Aaron Fox. Do it, please, Robin Genie. Please do it. I'm begging you, do it. Get it big. Don't live in the future. Live in the moment. Let LeBron have his 5th ring or 6th ring. How many years he's going to play in the NBA? Let him do it, please. Thank you. Phoenix needs to get rid of Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
His time is up for the NBA. So that's about it that I can think of.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with a lot of those. I think that I don't think the Lakers can get De'Aaron Fox. The reports are he wants to go to the Spurs, play with Wemby. The Spurs should try to do what they can to get De'Aaron Fox down there. Just give Wemby some help. Give Wemby some. I know they're working and they're building, but this is a great opportunity for them to be able to help this guy in the early stage of his career. The
Yeah.
Lakers, I don't think so. Since I don't think that, there's one guy they need to get Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler from the Jazz. And they need to let Anthony Davis play the position he wants to play. He wants to play 4. They won a championship when he was playing at the 4. So let's do that, guys. Let's let him play at the 4. Let's let him play alongside a good, strong big like Walker Kessler or Miles Turner, but I like Walker Kessler a little more now at this point. So that's there. We're going to talk about Jimmy Butler, where we think he's going to go, but there's tons of reports. He's been linked to the Suns. He's been linked to the Warriors. I do think the Warriors need to get him. I do. If they wanna use these last couple of years of Steph properly, and I know Jimmy Butler's old too, but go all in, get Jimmy Butler. I'm sorry, Steph Curry's not going to win anything with Pods as his second best player. Like he's not. Like Pods. I think Andrew Wiggins is actually the second best player, but you know what I mean? Like
Pods.
You gotta lean on Pods. His name's Brandon Podzowski or something. They call him Pods. Like I'm okay.
Like AirPods.
Like AirPods, like Podz Pods, because it's Zowski. So get him, Jimmy Butler. I think that would be a good addition to the Warriors. Help on defense, help alleviate some pressure off of Steph offensively. The Suns, they could trade for Jimmy Butler as well. I think Bradley Beal would probably be in that trade. I don't think you can have Booker, KD, and Jimmy Butler and Bradley Beal. I don't think that would work properly. So I like that. I think Ant needs some help. I don't really know what they can do to help him. Cat was his second option. That was his second scoring option, and they took him away.
I want to let Cat go.
Yeah, I don't know why the Knicks are now in great standing and playing fantastic, and the Timberwolves are 26-21 fighting in the play-in. So I'm not sure, but those are the main things I think. I think Denver could make a move too, just to get another shooter, maybe another 3-and-D guy, something of that nature.
I heard they might let go of Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I've heard Michael Porter Jr. So maybe there's a trade deal with that. I'm not sure, but that's kind of it. That's kind of all I can think of right now. Mainly Lakers get Walker Kessler and Jimmy Butler do something. Like, where do you think Jimmy's going to go?
Oh man, I heard he might go to I think he might go to Phoenix.
Yeah, he's been linked to Phoenix.
I think he went out of Miami. I don't know why. I don't know what happened between him and Miami. I thought he wanted to stay there forever. That's what he said 1 year. Just I don't know what happened. I think he might go either to. Imagine he goes to the Lakers. Well, what would you do? What would you do with the Lakers? What would you do?
Jimmy Butler to the Lakers?
Man, what would you do if that happened?
Man, I mean, I think it would work.
Yeah, me too.
I think it would work.
Yeah, I think he might go. I think he needs to either go to a team that wants to compete for a championship. I don't think the Warriors will help him with that benefit at all because that team's done big time. And the Phoenix is probably the special option. Them, I'll try to go to the Lakers. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think if he wants to win now, the best team to go to is the Lakers.
Yeah.
If he wants to help a team get to where they can win, I think the Warriors or the Suns would be a good option. So I don't know. I'm very intrigued. I know a lot of people have been talking about Zach LaVine as well being in trade rumors. Vucevic. There's been all sorts of guys all over the place. So I just don't know. It's going to be a very, very interesting trade deadline. That's for sure. So,
right.
Very interesting. But yeah, that being said, we're going to move on to a little bit of college basketball. I'm blurry. Okay, I'm blurry. Just pretend that my camera's in 240, 720p. There we go. We're back. Talk some college basketball. My Texas Tech Red Raiders, I love talking about the Red Raiders, are ranked in basketball for the first time this year. On the AP on Monday, they are 22nd out of 25. This was on Monday. They were ranked. They won their game today. They beat TCU, so I think they'll probably go up 1 or 2 spots. But being ranked for the first time is big. I think this team's very good. I myself have gone to a couple games. It's been awesome to watch. They are now, I believe, now they're 16-4. That puts them at third in the Big 12, I believe, or maybe it's fourth still. In the Big 12, I think it's fourth because Arizona's only lost 1 game in the Big 12, and that was to us, thankfully. But
Yeah.
Auburn, Duke, Iowa, we played Iowa close, could have won that game, should have won that game, I think, if our best player didn't get hurt. And then another Big 12 team is Houston. They're 6. We play Houston Saturday. That's a huge game. Super excited for that. It's in Houston, but that's a really big deal. But I'm super excited about this Red Raiders team. I think that their ceiling, I think they could be a top 15, top 10 team. I really do. I don't know if you've watched any of them at all this year, but they look good. They're coached well. I like the team's construction, and I'm super excited for the rest of the year. So
Yeah, I watch a little bit here and there. I think they have a chance. I think last time I must see. I think the last time they were ranked was. Let me see real quick.
it was last year they were ranked 25
Oh, okay.
at the very end of the season, I think.
Okay. Well, that's a big step. I know that since I know conference. I think conference alignment is really important too. That they're this high in the ranking. Same with the NIL.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what happens in the for Tech. I think the fact they almost won a couple like 5 years ago was insane to me. But see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's a good team. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people think that they could be top 10. I think they could slip. I think top 15 is a reasonable. I think that's a reasonable number. We've played no ranked team has blown us out. We played A&M, we played Iowa. A&M we lost barely with our best player out. Iowa we lost literally by like 1 point in overtime because our best player he sprained his ankle in that game. So I like this team. I like the construction, and if we win Houston, that is that's our statement to the rest of the country that hey, we're here. So that's a big game. I know we play Houston again in a couple months, a couple weeks in Lubbock. I'm going to that game absolutely. So hopefully we'll be 1-0 versus Houston heading into that. So
Yeah, I know Houston has a good basketball team.
They do. They're a great program. They're ranked 6th right now. So yeah, they're a fantastic program. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. I love the way Tech basketball is going in the right direction. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, we're gonna move on to some, our we like to talk about other sports, not just basketball and football. Me and Trey like golf. So we're gonna talk about golf. If you don't hear it,
Let's fast forward it.
close the app, do whatever you want. But yeah, so the TGL has continued to go on. I've watched a couple of the games. How do you think it's been going so far after a couple matches?
I mean, look, it's been really fun to watch. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but they have like 41 million people watching it according to ESPN.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's insane to me. 41 million watching this league.
Wow.
Tiger Woods Golf League and Rory McIlroy as well. I like watching it a lot. I like seeing Tiger Woods more loose. Plus, I like seeing him play more. He really wants to play. I know he wants to play at a high level. This is helping him to get there. Same with I think seeing him try to talk with Rory McIlroy is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger's a competitor. I mean, he's funny too. He goes a little bit too far sometimes with giving people tampons, but that's about it. I think that's hilarious too. But people make a big deal about that because people are weird. Him and LeBron are the only athletes that get criticized like nobody else does. It's hilarious to me. But Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, maybe I want to see like a celebrity go on there too, or maybe his son. play on that league because I mean he can hit as far as anybody can too. But like even like a celebrity overall, like either Charles Barkley, um, probably I don't know who else to think about, but I think it's going good though. It's growing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cool. I tuned into the couple days ago the Boston Golf Club or the Rory's team played against the Jupiter Lynx, and that's the Tigers team. So that was really fun. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's been a good filler. But we know we got something coming up here in about 68 days, and that's the best golf event of the year, and that's the Masters. So I just want an early prediction right now. If you had to put money down, who are you betting on to win the Masters right now? You can change it. You're not locked into this. Just right now.
This might change, but right now, I probably have to say Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
I think Bryson DeChambeau, or if Bryson or I don't know. It's a tie between Bryson and Xander.
Xander, yeah.
I think Scotty Scheffler. I watched the first week of the season at the Hawaii Century. Scotty didn't look good at all. Like not at all, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's equal. I don't know if he got too big. And here's the deal about golf. Just because Tiger Woods did it for 13 years does not mean everybody can do it again.
Yeah, no.
Like I've heard Dan Hicks, who's actually a phenomenal golf savant, he said the same thing. But his co-host, I don't know this. He retired. I forgot this. I forgot it's on top of my lips. I forgot his name. Yeah, oh man, what's his name? It's right there. I can see his face. I forgot his name. He thinks everybody can do it, which is insane to me, and it's hilarious. Because not everybody can be that good no more. Tiger Woods was just Tiger Woods. He was just dominant. He wanted to beat you. He practiced all day, every single day. But right now, though, I got Bryson DeChambeau winning the Masters. This could change.
Yeah, yeah.
It could change. Not saying it could. It may stay the same. I don't know yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pick. It's hard to predict this early in golf because in golf it takes a long time to get your game back after the major season is over. So it'll be depending on who can get into form fast enough. Some guys that come to mind are Bryson. Obviously Bryson had a fantastic end of his season. So I think he could do it. I see, Xander, I think was playing fantastic as well. He could do it. I'm always going to say Rory, but we know what's going to happen. He's just going to rip my heart out like he does every year. But, maybe this is the year. I don't know. I'm not betting on it. But if Bryson, Scotty could get back into form before then. We know Scotty is very, very good. He's won.
He didn't look good at all.
Yeah, yeah. So it just depends. It just depends. It just depends on his how his game shapes, So it really depends. But I'd probably have to say Bryson, but I don't know. I need to watch a couple tournaments before see who's in the best form. I think Hideki could go back and win it because he was playing fantastic this year.
He's always right there every Sunday.
Yeah. So he's won one. He could do it again. I think he's right there. We could see Colin Morikawa come back into the fold. It just depends. I don't know. I'm excited. So that's all I know. But we do have a golf tournament starting tomorrow. That would be the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Who's your pick to win this one?
Man, I'd probably say Louis Aberg.
Oh yeah, Ludwig.
I think I win it. He almost won it last week in the century with the century, but he was right there winning it. But I got Louis Aberg. Is that his name?
Ludwig.
Okay.
Ludwig Aberg.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he could win the Masters too. I think he could be up there too. This is going to be a great tournament to watch because I want to see how these guys are looking. Ludwig, I could see him winning. I could see Rory winning because it's not a major, so he has a chance to win. Um, sorry, Rory, I love you. You just gotta lock in for me, man. Sheesh.
At the right,
Yeah, at the right time, please. Hideki, I could see Hideki winning this, but I'm excited. I love golf. I'll be recording this and watching this. Tees off tomorrow at 10:35 at one of the most iconic courses on the planet, Pebble Beach. I'm excited. Absolutely excited.
so real quick, what course would you want to play on? That's professional. Besides the Masters.
Yeah, besides Augusta, man, I've thought about this a lot, and I think Torrey Pines is my pick.
Yeah, I was.
I think I would want to play Torrey. It's hard. I've heard it's hard. Torrey Pines, Pinehurst. Um,
How about TPC Sawgrass?
yeah, Sawgrass. Absolutely. Um, TPC Scottsdale, I think would be really cool. What else? TPC Southwind. I love TPC Southwind. That's a great course. What else? There's a bunch. Pebble Beach, obviously. St. Andrews, Royal Troon. There's so many, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Torrey. I'd probably Torrey Pines or man. I'm trying. Let me pull this up. Let me get the name.
For me, it's Torrey Pines and TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah,
or St. Andrews.
Okay, yeah, St. Andrews. Yeah, that's the home of golf. I mean, yeah. The Kiowa Ocean course too. The Kiowa Island Golf where Phil won the PGA in 2021. That I'd want to play that too. So
I heard that one's hard.
yeah, it's hard because it's always windy too. It's windy. So
yeah, my high school teacher played over there, and he said that was so hard.
Yeah, those are just some of the coolest. Obviously, Augusta's everyone's pick, but like we'll not include that one. But Wingfoot, I think would be cool. That course is crazy hard. Let me see here. Let me get the major locations for this year. So the Masters, obviously, we know Quail Hollow for the PGA Championship. Watch out for Rory. Rory always plays good at Quail Hollow because that's where the Wells Fargo is.
Yeah.
Watch out for Rory. He might actually be able to pull one off because that's his favorite.
That's his favorite.
That's his favorite course. He might actually be able to pull something off there. But then the U.S. Open's at Oakmont. That's going to be tough. And then the Open is at Royal Pot Rush. So that's another great course. Man, there's so many good courses. Torrey Pines. I'm going to just go right now. Torrey Pines, Sawgrass, Southwind, and Kiowa Ocean. Those are the four I'd pick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones I'd pick. So we are going to move on. We're wrapping up here. We're wrapping up the pod. We're going to discuss some interesting topics. So it was announced to everyone's surprise that Logan Paul is fighting his brother Jake. So this is how I know boxing's dead, because that's the biggest fight that has been announced as of late. So,
yeah.
Who do you think will win?
Jake Paul.
Jake, yeah. Jake's a better boxer.
Logan Paul's WWE.
Jake's a better boxer. I don't think it's gonna be very close. I don't think it's gonna be very close.
Here's the deal. I love Mayweather too, but I blame him a little bit for this. For how boxing became, because I mean, growing up, people thought he was dodging people, and people didn't think he would fight the big matchups.
Yeah.
So this is part of his fault. I think Dana White needs to take over boxing as well, because man, Dana White might be the greatest promoter of all time, and he's showing it right now. And I think that the UFC has surpassed boxing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think that's even really an argument. So yeah, I agree. But yeah, I got Jake. So I got Jake. I probably won't watch it, but
I'm saying no.
I'll see who won later on. But just to wrap up, just ask some, questions here since the Super Bowl's right around the corner. Look back on a time. What's your favorite Super Bowl of all time?
Man, that's tough. I have a few. Of course, I'd probably say the one against Steelers versus the Cardinals.
Mm,
That was a good one. When
San
that
Antonio
was
Holmes catch.
yeah, that cements it. I think top. I think not only that, James Harrison had to pick 100-yard interception and scored.
Yeah,
That was insane to me. That was entertaining, and that one's right. That one for sure. And then 28-3 comeback. Tom Brady, man, he just
it's got to be the 28-3 comeback, right?
it's 28-3 comeback to me, and I'll never forget watching that game. My dad was like, "Please lose." That my dad was happy. My dad was extremely happy.
That they were down.
Yeah, because he hated Tom Brady, hated him,
Yeah, yeah,
and when he came back, people were like, "Man, this guy actually did it." And here's the deal: that right there cemented the go quarterback right there, and Belichick too. Despite the differences they had, because you know what, I did not notice Nick in the Dynasty documentary. Belichick used to go at Tom Brady the negative stuff he did in the game without look. He looked at clips of him
hmm
doing the best stuff, and he hated the fact that Tom Brady was getting the credit and he pushed him, and that tension started right there in that Super Bowl.
yeah,
So that one for sure, the greatest Super Bowl in my opinion. It's that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. That's probably it. Some other great ones I can think of are the 2022 Eagles Chiefs. There was that holding call, so that one kind of gets blemished a little bit. Yeah, 28-3. I think 2016 was also a great one. Even
Yeah.
though the Eagles won, like the whole Nick Foles story, things of that nature. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to tell. 28-3 is great. Um, yeah,
Also the last championship the Cowboys
probably the
won was
one.
great.
Yeah, I don't wasn't even born. Who cares?
I watched it and I'm like, man, that was actually because that was a classic rival between them two in the '70s. So,
Yep.
but you know, I wasn't born yet,
Who cares?
and then I probably will never see one ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So last question as we wrap this thing up. We touched on it. This wasn't even on the docket till I mentioned it, and then Trey threw it on here. But LeBron did go on the Travis Kelsey, Jason Kelsey podcast. The name of that podcast is escaping me for some reason. I've
Heights.
New Heights. I knew his Heights. I couldn't remember the first name, the first word. New Heights. He went on New Heights. Great podcast. There's a lot to talk about there, but he did mention Travis Kelsey asked him about I think it was Travis. It was obviously Travis or Jason because there's no other people asking questions, but I think it was Travis. And he asked LeBron about the time that he went to the MJ camp when he was 16, sophomore in high school, and like what was happening. And LeBron said, it was a lot of older, the MJ, he kept on and he named a bunch of people, a lot of legends. And LeBron said that they never let the young guys on the court ever. Ever. And they never let the young guys on the court. And then LeBron said he finally made it on the court. And Travis Kelsey was like, could they guard you? And he's like, no, I was unstoppable. I was unstoppable in that game. And we've seen a couple clips. The tapes got burnt for that. Not sure why. I mean, I think I know why, but we saw LeBron doing some pretty crazy things at that young age. But what do you actually think happened? If you were to guess, what happened in that game?
So there's a picture of Jordan and LeBron on the court together. So here's what I think happened. If Ball's life was around that time, they would have clipped him no matter what happens.
Yep.
And here's what I think what happened. I think LeBron beat Jordan 1-on-1 in basketball. And then I know there's a good story too about Jordan. In that same camp, it was OJ Mayo. I think it was OJ Mayo and Michael Jordan going 1-on-1. People talk about that. People talk about that story. Everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Time though, I think LeBron took it at Jordan 1-on-1. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, and I know Jordan paid some money for the tapes. He paid somebody. Because here's the deal. I know there's a video out there of that camp. If there's a video of Jordan playing against that guy, OJ Mayo, in the 1-on-1, saying, "Okay, go to mommy" and all that stuff, saying that in the boss fading away. There's for sure a video of that.
Yeah.
And someone burns it. And someone has it. Somebody has that video. If you're out there, if you're out there, person, post it on YouTube.
You know what I think? I think they're holding on to it so when they make the LeBron documentary,
oh yeah,
the LeBron people are gonna get it, and that guy's gonna sell that video to them. Is what I think is gonna happen. So I do think we'll see it. Someone definitely has it, and I think we'll see it in that LeBron doc. And I think LeBron probably looked like the best player on the floor as a 16-year-old against NBA legends and superstars. So there's a reason the tapes were burnt, guys. There's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Why would anyone burn the tapes back then when LeBron was 16? Everyone expects a sophomore in high school to lose to NBA players. That would have been no shame, you know. Yeah. And then LeBron went on to grow some more and became a superstar at 18. So all I'm saying is if LeBron was the one getting cooked, the tapes wouldn't have been burnt. The tapes got burnt. So that's gotta mean something, I think.
No, someone has it. They weren't burnt. Someone has a video. I bet someone has a whole game of what happened.
I think so too. And I think we're gonna see it in the LeBron doc. I think we're gonna see it in the LeBron doc. I do. I think
we might see it sooner.
Yeah, we might, but I think if that guy's smart, he will save it until then and then make a bunch of money when the LeBron team that's making the doc tries to get it. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Put in the comments below if you've made it this far. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, we're very, very thankful. That wraps us up for today. We are excited for the rest of the NBA season as you know, playoffs and All-Star game, which I won't be watching, rapidly approach. Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Pro Bowl game in a week. No one's watching that either. So yeah, but we're excited. We're looking forward to the rest of the seasons. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Helps the algorithm, helps us out a lot. So we appreciate your support. And we will see you in episode 22 next week. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you in the next one. Peace.